Welcome back. This video is long overdue, and a YouTube fellow commented on a video of mine when I did a CLA on a Jupiter 8, asking for advice for how to actually open the lens. So the idea is that some of these Soviet lenses, and probably also German, they split in half, so you can unscrew the optical block from the rest of the lens, so from the helicoid part. The problem is that with some lenses the two parts are really stubborn, so you simply can't unscrew them. Now I have found two solutions. I found them online, I didn't invent them. One is a bit more radical, and the other one, if it works, is super simple, super cheap, super straightforward, and involves no chemicals. My initial attack when I first had to deal with such a lens, it was a Jupiter 8, was to soak the threads. So I think I focused the lens to infinity. I removed the lens mount and I soaked the threads with a combination of substances from lighter fluid to alcohol, acetone, and eventually I did the unspeakable and soaked it in WD-40. Nothing helped. WD-40 made a total mess of the lens, but it didn't loosen the threads. So I looked up in my bag of lenses and found this super nice condition Helios that will require some servicing because it's full of oil on the blades and a bit rough on the focusing part. And it's the only one that is still stuck. So normally you would grip this half and this half and unscrew them like any regular screw. It's not budging. Okay, so two options. The brutal one requires two hose clamps. You need some hose clamps that are large enough to be able to go over the front and the back that is larger. Now this one, actually both of them, have an adjustable diameter of 60 to 80 millimeters and they fit fine for the Helios. I also have smaller ones. This is 35 to 50, that should fit the Jupiter lens. You will need a screwdriver and something to protect the lens. I use some strips of leather. It's a very thin leather and that's why it's a double layer, so I use it in half. These two pieces are for the Jupiter. I will just use this as an example. I will not actually unscrew it because I'll have to cut some longer pieces of leather. So you get the leather. For instance, in this case I could use two strips and simply go all over. Get the clamp on, make sure it's on the leather. Something like this. Then tighten the clamp, and it has to be quite tight. If it's not tight enough, it will slip. Alright, use the same for the back part, and then you will have more leverage, so you can actually grip the clamp and use more force. I never managed to simply unscrew them by hand, so what I did was get pliers like this one. The back part I would keep it still by hand, but the front part I would grip, come on, this part of the clamp, and use these pliers to increase the leverage. And you need to put some force down, and eventually it will make a awful popping sound, like if it would break, and that's that. You can then unscrew it. Okay, this is the more medieval method. The other method that I will test now live on this lens is a pair of gloves. These are friction gloves, so they have a very sticky rubber surface. When you buy them, they are probably like glued together. You have to separate each finger. And they should offer you enough grip to actually separate the lens. Let's see how it goes. I tried the method on 3 or 4 lenses so far, and it worked every time. It might not work now, of course, since I'm on video. So grip it here, grip it here. Of course it doesn't work. Well, blimey, it's not working. I had high hopes that I could prove a point. Well, in that case, let's try a hybrid approach. I'll use the clamp on the front and my glove on the rear. Now I always make sure that it's centered around the front of the lens. Alright, now don't over tighten it, you might actually deform the aluminium barrel. Then I will need my glove and the pliers. Get the pliers like this. Not tight enough. It's a bit of a trial and error until you get it right, but it should work. And I will put this one with the shiny side down. Hopefully it's a bit more grippy. And of course you could sacrifice one of these gloves to make this protection layer that would also be extremely grippy. That would be probably my my next move in case this one doesn't work. And there it goes. So the force required was quite high, and the correct grip is actually this one. So you grip it like this because it offers you the best grip and best leverage, and simply turn it. If everything went fine, the lens should also be fine. It works fine. It's a bit tired, but here it is. And this method applies to all lenses that are built in this way. For sure, the Helios lenses, Helios 44-2, it won't work, I think, for those that have automatic apertures. I think they are constructed differently, and they work for all Jupiter 8 lenses. Alright, thank you.